there's another universe where I haven't yet felt pain. And maybe in that other universe I'm a flower in the rain. I think somewhere in a different life I'm still 7 in 2nd grade. And I'm so happy that I feel alright.
骨を長く伸ばします。で、左の手をまっすぐ上です。さあ、背骨の伸びを優先し、つま先立てて吸って右手で座り上げて、ももの外側に左足、首引っ掛けます。お尻は後ろに座らせる。さあ、バランを起こしていきましょう。吸って両頭、いいねボタンよろしくお願いします。
The smoothest stone, sitting with the river's bones, glimmer with the white of passing light in this unknown. And sprouting seeds, pushing through the forest green, making up their way, and day by day they'll turn to trees. Winter falls just as spring to summer's call. And we do that, we're just human after all. Sun or snow, all the life it seems to know. And all we have is just part of how it goes, how it goes. This I know. Little birds jumping out the nest to learn you're never gonna fly, but staying high and Yes, I know. And timid stars waiting for the after hours, painting with the light showing every night. Yes, I know. Winter falls just as spring to summer's call, and we do that. We're just human after all. Sun or snow, all the life it seems to know, and all we have is just part of how